Okay, quick Wednesday morning radar update. So, yeah, yesterday's action was good action, wasn't it? We talked about that quite in depth. I'll just recap because I'm going to post this one live, as you will know. Sideways action is good action. You know, after a gap up, I'll just highlight that for you. On the daily chart, you might think, well, that doesn't look like much, but a sideways day holding the gap is good action. You know, with the bearish move we've had, it's a win for the bulls, is basically what I'm saying now. And I will just reiterate, even if we are going higher, anywhere in this right hand side, the market could fade. You know, these levels are very normal levels. I'd rather go weight my opinion on the basket of markets than weight them on, you know, one or two choppy markets. So, quick look what's happening. Metals are doing well today. Let's have a look at how did the dollar go yesterday. Moving on quickly. Kind of middle for diddle, all these markets, aren't they? Just chopping around in sort of apart from the pound looks kind of weak against the dollar there. Bitcoin just in that sort of retrace, 50% retrace area, what we talk about a lot, you know, where the congestion zone, where the momentum traders have to pick up the baton, and you know, a lot of the time after a correction it needs time. Even if it is going higher, it needs time to just digest and let the trend catch up, get back in line, consolidate, tighten up. So, pretty good day out there. What's happening in the portfolio? WATR, VLX. You know, even somewhat what's right near my stop is actually bouncing today. So let's just jump straight into, the sun's just come out so I can hardly see the screens. Let me just close the blind a little bit. It is 10:07. We should have traded 24% to be on average volume. It's a pretty good volume day out there. I'll just, you know, investment trusts are, you know, nearly half of the list here. Aerospace defence has been pretty hot for the last week or so. Obviously, most of those stocks are short-term swing sort of stocks. Construction, drugs. Construction's been hot for some time now, hasn't it? Was St. Ives. This one, I'm grinding my teeth over that one. It's just EKF, been going sideways for about a year now. It is what it is. I did rotate out a bit into some what I thought were faster. Well, they were definitely more volatile stocks. You know, I'm going for more aggressive sort of moves than this, but at the time these were really good opportunities. And this one's not broken trend. It's still grinding higher. It's bumping against highs. For anyone who's riding it, I think you'd be very happy anyway. Serica continues. Let's get into those small caps. As we talked about last night, you'll see the large caps populate, and then the small caps, you know, have to come and show they want to move. And today they're wanting to move. There's lots of small caps. I'm just going to double check. I'm going to put another percent in there. Put 25% in now, just to bring it a bit more in line. We've got more than the most we've seen in a long time, actually. I say that. I think the most we've seen in a long time on the small cap screener from around 10 o'clock. Pretty good day out there. Daylight. The portfolio is 2.5% off all-time highs in the history of the world today. I didn't look at it on the on the everything goes down together day, because you don't need that in your life. If you know your management's correct, don't don't go looking at pound signs. It's the worst thing you can do anyway. But I had to go into the account today, so I looked at the I opened the spreadsheet and looked at the volatility, and that is where I am. I was actually only in the account to check stop dates, though. In the spreadsheet, I say, not in the account. Don't sign into the account unless I have something I have to do. Otherwise, you're just basically stepping up to a fruit machine, and not that I ever trade like that anyway, but that is the reality of it. You open your account, that means you probably want to do something. If you only open your account when you have something to do, it will be a lot more beneficial. So, as we say, trading bases, news days are usually noise days. So these emotional traders on the news day, they took it all the way down to 90, and now it's trading at 99. So it's it's up nearly 10% off the lows. So it is up 10% off the lows. So there you go. It's been higher than that as well this morning. Just normal area, bumbling around. Deeper retrace than you'd want to see. It has traded like that in the past. Expect it to trade like that in the future. Run your risk management that way. You will do better. You won't have volatility problems in the portfolio. Moving on. Soapbox. So Wednesday used to be traditionally soapbox day, and this week I've been on my soapbox a bit, but about methodology and stuff like that, and let's check the log scales on there. Yeah, CLG is turning into a bit of a later stage outlier. I won't say late stage. I'll say anything after stage 4 and still trending, still technically good, is heading for outlier status, isn't it? It has a chance. We like to get positioned earlier. We don't look for big trends and then go and try and piggyback them. We initiate positions where trends begin. Moving on. How do you do that? Well, it's very simple, Trends begin. Choose your time frame. Do you want to ride 200-day trends? Well, maybe, 200-day high might be an early 200-day high, might be initiating the 200-day trend. Pick your time frame. Not my time frame, but mine's obviously longer in shooting for the moon, but executing where I like to execute. Begbie's, let's just buzz through here. So far, I will say this correction, and nobody knows if we're out of it. Nobody knows. I'm skeptical, but I can see my stocks are acting well. The reality is, it's actually been less volatile for my portfolio than the previous pullback earlier in the year. So go figure. I know it's to do with weighting and to do with stocks in the account, but that's just something to note. It was nice coming into that correction from all-time highs, though, I suppose. We were right sat at all-time highs before it happened, and so we should be in a good market. If you're getting drift in your portfolio in a good market, and grindy market's an okay market. I suppose it was an okay market, wasn't it? It was okay, and then we had that really good run where we punched through all-time highs again, and across the board members were having really good results at trading bases. So we went into the correction after a punch through all-time highs, so that's worth just getting across there. It's a nice place to be. But my little soapbox bit is, if your methodology is leaking in a good market or an average or a grindy market, which is pretty normal, you know, you've got to be able to tread water in a bad market, you know, grind out returns in an okay grindy market, and in a good market you've got to knock it out of the park. That is where you are, you know, that is the reality. Trouble is, good markets, people always they always tend to trim all the big, all the best, the strongest stocks, the green shoots, and they tend to, you know, feed or water the ones what are withering. The reality is, in a good market, that will never make you good money. It's a simple maths thing. Filtronic, I wish that one would just disappear from the listings, to be honest. It's been there for so long, and it's just a horrible stock. So many promises. Famous last words. C-Box, obviously a bit late for us, I would say, but you know, that high five to Matt on that for pointing out a few setups on that as well later in this basing action here. I say it's a bit late, you know, hopefully it just trends on into the future, but it's just a case of the low risk entries from my style. The building a position area is behind me. Lord. So this one's new to me. Don't know what the sector is or anything on this one. Moving on. I do see the big forward sort of. It had a huge tick up on the turnover, didn't it? In the last full year posted, and it's kind of decelerating from that. I know it's not been listed that long, but I'm just looking at what's there. If we see it on the screens, on the signal screens, I will look a little bit deeper. So, a little bit of a Wednesday soapbox morning update. Not too harsh today. The sun's out. Okay,